Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Clean Slate Video Club. This is the club, not a show anymore. We're just a club
where we meet anymore. We're a club.
Exactly. And we meet once a week to discuss movies. And for the month of December, I was kind of sad about leaving October behind. Blood and guts and snow seem to go so well together. So we are visiting some, I don't want to call, technically these two next films we're doing are holiday films. But we just kind of went for like blood and snow. That's kind of the theme of the month. Which, if you go back to the first Christmas when all those babies were killed,
Gosh. Okay.
Anyways, we watched a kind of fascinating movie, but Daniel has a question for us, so let's jump into it.
On that note, Carson, out of all of your years of living and
you sound old,
experiencing Christmas, tell me, what has always been your favorite Christmas present that you got for Christmas?
Ooh.
This is a good one.
Ooh, that's hard. Okay. Does this include, like, adult years?
Yeah. One that you can constantly go back to, and you're like, that was a good present.
Okay, I'll go back to one as a child, teenager.
Okay.
Where my parents got me this really, like, high-quality Bible set, where it's, like, a 6-volume version of the Bible, New American Standard Version. It's very fancy. It's like a reader's Bible.
No, I'm just
kidding. So there's no chapters and no verse. You've never touched the Bible?
No.
Yeah, I have 5 volumes. No, I have. I've read it the whole way through. It's fantastic. Bibliotheca. It's very fancy. And I definitely saw it in my parents' closet before,
one of
those.
I
knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, but good memories with that. Still sits on our shelf. What about you?
I got one a couple years ago.
Okay.
I got the PlayStation 5, which I was just not expecting because it was my brother's mother-in-law who got it for me for Christmas. So it's kind of crazy. And then next I had, the one I always kind of go back to was, I don't know if you remember those like little, it was like the most memorable Christmas because I was like, I think I had the flu that year, but I woke up and my parents, like we were opening presents and everything. And then I opened up this like tiny little robotic dog. I don't know if you remember playing with those little...
the one with the face, the screen.
Yeah, it was like the gray. I mean, I'm sure you played with it at my house before, but like
I
the blue ears.
I was so jealous.
I don't know. I was like, because I always wanted my own dog, so my parents got me that, and it felt like I had my own dog.
You have a dog?
Yeah, I had 2 dogs. I don't know. I always wanted my own dog.
You just wanted another one.
And then I remember I got it, and I was so excited that I got it, and then I went into the bedroom, or my bathroom, and I threw up. Because I was sick.
Yeah, being sick on Christmas is such a unique experience.
Yeah, it sucks. Anyway.
All right, well, that's fun.
Cool.
Speaking of throwing up, we watched a movie called Wind Chill. This is a early 2000s horror film.
Everything you're saying.
I think it has a good cast. So, you have Emily Blunt. What's the dude's name? Do you remember his name? He's in things.
I believe it was, if I can remember right, Ashton Holm.
Yeah, that guy. That's kind of our core cast. The setup is they end up kind of commuting is not the right word, but
yeah.
You want to go ahead and read that log line. They'll explain it better than I will.
All right, so here's the logline, you guys. 2 college students share a ride home for the holidays, but when they break down on a deserted stretch of road, they are preyed upon by the ghosts of the people who have died there.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty much what it is, but I think it's leaving out the detail that this dude's a little bit of a creep.
Yeah, big time creep.
Doesn't know her at all. Anyways, that's getting into my likes. So, as far as what I liked about this movie, I think the setup is actually really good.
Yeah.
Especially if they didn't go the ghost route, I think it would have worked really well for me. Because the setup, you have this dude, you find out he's actually been more of a stalker, I guess, for lack of a better word. No, he straight up was a stalker.
Yeah.
And they get stuck together in this kind of survival situation. And I really enjoyed all that. I think their dynamic of him just being kind of awkward and her being like maybe a little bit cocky almost at times. Maybe even naive sometimes. I think it all just plays really well together in the first like 30, 40 minutes of this movie. And then they introduce the ghost stuff. Doesn't quite work for me. I will say there are some really cool moments with the ghost stuff, and I think a lot of the DNA of it is good. Like the idea that they're just looping through like their final moments or like important moments in their lives in this area, I think is kind of interesting. I think like the evil cop ghost is kind of a fascinating villain. I like what happens to him towards the end. I think that's a cool moment visually, at least with like the priest and the fire. It's just cool. Like it just looks cool. There's nothing else to say about it other than that. But yeah, I think for me it's mainly just that introduction point. The dynamic between our two main characters really works for me up until a certain point.
I would say I agree with a lot of what you said, and mainly like I think Emily Blunt is really good here. I'm not a huge Emily Blunt fan.
Me neither, but
I think she's like pretty deadpan all the time. So she's kind of a boring actress to watch. But however, because she's so young in this film, she almost kind of has this like bratty teenager, young adult vibe, which is different and it's fun.
Works. It works.
Yeah, I liked the setup of this movie. This movie kind of gave me like The Day After Tomorrow mixed with like what is that one movie that we just watched about the cop alone in the precinct?
Late Shift? Last Shift?
Yeah, Last Shift. It's kind of got like these kind of things mixed together in it.
Okay.
But I wanted more. I wanted a little bit more to like be riskier. And for me, in an early 2000s film, I didn't hate the story. Like I was actually kind of on board with like the whole lore of it. Yeah. It was just because I think this movie is so ahead of its time in 2007. Some of the like practical effects took me, or not practical effects.
No, they use digital.
Yeah, digital effects. Like
the practical stuff in it looks great, but then once they throw in that early CGI, it's so shoddy.
It was really bad, and so with all that kind of being there, I think it was a really cool movie, but I wanted more. I actually really enjoyed it. I like to your point, the beginning lore with like even the gas station scene where she gets locked in the like I wanted more of that. I was like, what, and I think
no explanation ever again.
Exactly. What becomes the negative is like they set up so many things, but they really don't capitalize on a lot of them, and that's where the movie kind of falls apart for me.
I honestly thought he was going to be like dead the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I do hate the dream aspect of this, where it's like, oh, the ghosts attack whenever you fall asleep, and it's like a dream, but then like I don't get that. And then was the tow truck driver, was he a ghost or was he real?
I think he was real.
So then what? How does she get back to the car? Anyways, there's a few things in this movie that don't
forget
work.
The ending of this movie. I'm not gonna lie. I watched this like 2 weeks ago or last week.
He like shows up. Spoiler, massive spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers.
The guy, because they don't have names actually, but the guy shows up and he shows the girl how to get out through the old priest house up into where the gas station was, which means earlier in the movie when he walked to the gas station, they should have just stayed there. Anyways, there's some dumb stuff in this movie, but it is fun. I think it's worth watching. As far as like the Christmassiness of it, there's not a lot. Like you don't barely see any decorations, but the music does play a pivotal role in the plot, and I kind of liked that actually. The little aspect of that. But overall, I think it's a fun watch if you're into early 2000s horror. It's a very specific mood. It does remind me of the movie Frozen we watched, I think last Christmas, where they're stuck in that ski lift.
Like with Elsa and
and Anna.
Yeah.
And then Iceman's in it for some reason.
Yeah, and then
that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And the wolves eat them. It kind of reminds me of that in some ways.
Okay, yeah.
That's my final take.
And you know, I do kind of have like a soft spot for some of these old, like early 2000 kind of horror movies because they're stupid enough, but like they're still a good time.
It's what we grew up on.
Yeah, and once I kind of found the premise of this movie, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a fun time here. It might not be a cinematic or like plot heavy
high art
time, but you know, it was still enjoyable. Like I would probably watch this again.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, now let's get into the favorable dislikes of this movie.
I kind of did them.
I have a couple more.
Okay, mine are mostly plot based. I think could have had a better story. They could have fleshed out the ghost. I mean, you could remove the ghost part, and I think it'd be a better movie.
I agree 100%.
Because the dude is
it's
creepy,
either do it all the way or keep it to like a serial killer stalker movie, which I think it would have been really good. But the one thing that my biggest gripe, and maybe I'll just kind of leave it at this, my biggest gripe with Emily Blunt and Ashton, his name is Guy, by the way.
No, he's Guy and she's girl. That's it. They are never named.
That's crazy. Is that he completely admits to kind of being a stalker.
Yeah.
But first of all, he turns off on this weird street for no apparent reason, and it's like,
no, we never find out why.
Turning down this street, it's like, exactly, and you're like, well, it's like, go, this street isn't even plowed, it's just full of snow. What do you just think? All your car's gonna turn into a skis or something? I don't know.
And he has duct tape in his trunk.
Yeah,
and
he has
scissors.
All these
bro,
weird
what
things? And then
man's gotta have a hobby.
I agree. But then she is so forgiving and so clingy to him after he's like, no, I got your favorite snacks. And it's like, oh. Yeah, and it was just like, wait, what?
You know that because you're stalking her.
Yeah, and also, did he even go to the gas station? Because he got back there pretty quickly. And they were at least 2 miles away, which, I don't know.
He was thinking he'd get lucky in the car or something weird.
I don't know. So that was the biggest, but also, plot hole for me. It was like, wait, why is she so trusting of him now?
He dies, right? He's a ghost. And then she's looking at a picture she took of him on her cell phone as his body's being taken out in a gurney, and she starts crying over this guy that she knew for a whole of 24 hours.
Yeah, less than that.
And likely would have murdered her. Yeah. So, fun.
It is weird. I want to know, did they plan, was he planning on killing her?
No. He said, as a ghost, he's like, I would have told you everything, and it just been something we'd laugh about in the future. I'd be like, that's not how that works, dude.
Yeah, it was weird. It's more.
This guy would have been on some crazy Reddit threads. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, guys, well, that is Wind Chill. You can watch it on Netflix and the Roku channel, which I don't know if you guys...
I watched it on Roku channel. Wait, what did I watch this on? Anyways,
yeah,
Netflix.
I actually don't remember what I watched this on. But it's a really good movie. Okay, really good is crazy.
It's a worth watching movie.
Out of 5, what are you giving this movie? I'm giving it about a 3.
2.5.
I was
okay. We're on par.
I was kind of tampering between 2.5 or 3. Okay, guys, so go check it out. If you are 90s babies like we are, you probably will find this enjoyable. Yeah. But if not, you'll probably hate it. So with that being said, guys, thank you for sticking around for this episode. If you are wanting more, go to our YouTube channel and watch some backlog episodes. Go to wherever you can listen to a podcast and you can follow us, give us 5 stars, leave us a review, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media channels, guys, and we will see you next week with our final film of the year. And our final, this is a Christmas movie, so you'll want to strap in for this one.
Ho, ho,
and we
ho.
will see you next week. Peace.